Okay, let's talk about Legend ZA. Well, hello everybody. My name is Drozne, and welcome to my castle. So, this game was a Pokemon game I was actually very excited about when it was announced, because the previous Legends game, Legends Arceus, gave us so much. It changed up the system ever so slightly, but enough for us to find it interesting. They allowed us to catch Pokemon just by throwing a Pokeball and never entering battle. They had shiny sounds added to overworld spawns, which I don't know if that was a thing in Let's Go, but they added it, so I like that game. And I thought I would really like this game. And
Girl,
I don't really like it, I just like it. And honestly, I feel that this is the scummiest Pokemon game released since Scarlet and Violet. And Scarlet and Violet was pretty scummy. They released an unfinished game and then now fixed it, but only if you buy a $450 console. So
I was shocked.
it's hard to be scummier than that, but they somehow accomplished it with this game. And the DLC
Honey.
exemplifies that point more than anything. Because this DLC, first of all, clearly looks like they made it as they were making the main game, which to me just shows why not just make that post game and free. That way the game actually feels like it's worth $70. Then you get more people buying it and less people criticizing it, and then the company makes more money, and then they can make a really good DLC with the money they earn from the base game sales. But in reality, the Pokemon Company actually does not make a lot of money off of the Pokemon games. Most of their money comes from merchandise, actually, and then the show and the cards, and then I think the games is like quite low on the list. So it's not really...
Huh?
I don't know if you can see this beautiful dog, but he's really curious about what I'm doing right now. Anyways, this DLC is not good. All they did is add new Pokemon and new Megas. Something I predicted they would do, because that's the bare minimum for them. So I thought, okay, we're gonna get new Megas and new Pokemon. What else are they gonna do to make this game more worth it to the people that spent $70 and are feeling a little cheapened out? So I watched this trailer in anticipation, waiting for at least maybe some improved visuals or something that makes this $30 additional purchase worth it, when the initial base game felt far too expensive. Like, in my opinion, this game is worth $40 maximum, because it feels like we are getting a part of a full Pokemon game. And I mean that genuinely. We are stuck in one samey looking town, and I call it a town because it doesn't feel like a city, for the whole game. And the DLC was given a chance to maybe give us new environments or at least something nice to look at, but no, they made the game look worse by making these terrible 2D flat texture looking buildings look worse. They removed the color from them, and just now, I just don't understand why people are excited for this DLC when they literally did the bare minimum of adding in new Pokemon and Megas, and that is it. It's literally the same map, and it's not even the full map. It is sections of this already small map that are now looking worse, and we're only in them for a short amount of time so that they can manufacture some level of specialness and feeling of exclusivity and what's the word? Feeling of like specialness. They're trying to make it feel special because you're only there for a short time. It doesn't feel special. It feels like you're only there for a short time, so you don't have time to look around and see how shitty it is and see how, okay, what do you want? You're interrupting. He's such a sweet boy. As I was saying, the DLC looks disgusting, and they did not change anything worthwhile. You were in these areas for a limited amount of time just so that they can manufacture some sense of specialness to this DLC, so that you don't stick around in these terrible looking areas and realize, oh, they literally just put Pokemon in the same map, but they removed the skybox and made all the buildings white so that we could feel like we're in a different area or space. Like, they modeled the outside of Lumiose. You can see it at the beginning of the game. Why not just let you go into that meadow or something? It's there. It's easy for them. If they want to be lazy, why couldn't they be lazy in that way and give us a bland open field full of grass with no hills or anything, just open field of grass with a blue skybox and like maybe a mountain range texture off in the distance? That would have been perfect, and it wouldn't have costed them any effort or time at all because it's already there. Just put Pokemon in that space and then be like, hey, in the DLC you can go explore the routes outside of Lumiose, and literally that's it. They could have been lazy in that way, but they were even lazier because they know that we will just buy the game anyways. And I don't mean we in this case as in me, because I actually didn't buy ZA because I'm not giving them my money. I borrowed this game so I could review it. And if somebody wants to borrow me the DLC, I will review that too and tell you what I'm telling you now, that it is a shameless cash grab that was lazily put together because Arceus sold so well and they put in far more effort to that game than they did this one, and they just realized after Scarlet and Violet they don't need to put in effort anymore. And that is heartbreaking as a long-term Pokemon fan. I've been playing this series since I was a literal baby. 3 years old this series was introduced to me. This has been a part of my life for so long, and I talk so passionately about this release being bad because I hate seeing the direction and nosedive that the Pokemon games are taking. Because I don't consume any other Pokemon media. I don't watch the anime, I don't play with the cards, I don't buy the merch, I just play the games. And the games are really, really, really bad now. Really bad. And I hate seeing every other Poke YouTuber on this platform praise every single thing that's happening in Pokemon and then try to like backpedal and be like, well, yeah, the textures look a little bad, but let's not talk about the negativity. Why shouldn't we talk about the negativity? I feel like the energy of let's keep everything positive and fun should be put for games that deserve it, for games that have effort put into them, like Silk Song or frickin' Kirby Air Ride. You know, games that have people and money and resources put into them because they want the product to be good. And I don't think the Pokemon Company has cared about a game being good since Generation 5. Genuinely how I feel. Because this company just keeps pumping out low effort, sloppy looking games with the Pokemon formula in it so that we still feel we're getting something, but it's literally just the same thing we've always been getting, and nostalgia really has been carrying my flame for this franchise for so long, and it can't carry me any longer. This franchise is dying, and we need to kill it now so that they can either learn their lesson and we just stop giving them money and they will learn that, hey, people don't want this anymore. But no, apparently that will work because everyone keeps buying these games for some reason, and I don't understand why. Scarlet and Violet is the highest selling Pokemon game, and I'm a part of that statistic. I bought Scarlet and Violet with my own money I earned myself, and I regret that purchase till this day because I still don't feel like I got the $60 that I spent out of that experience. I still don't feel that way. I put a lot of hours into it because it's a Pokemon game, and as I stated previously, all they need to do is put in the Pokemon formula and we will all be okay. The game can look and do whatever it wants, and Scarlet and Violet proved that to the Pokemon Company. So, I don't know. I think the point of this whole rant is just me getting out my emotions for the Pokemon series and seeing if that resonates with any of you Pokemon fans who love the game specifically. Do you feel you're being cheated right now? Do you feel that you're being slapped in the face and everyone else around you is glazing over low effort, terrible games? let me know what you think, because I'm genuinely trying to find my people out here who agree with me that the Pokemon Company has been running off nostalgia for too long, and fans like me cannot take it anymore. Nostalgia cannot make me like these low-effort, sloppy games that they're releasing anymore. I can't deal with it, and I'm not giving them a single dime until they change. Because at the end of the day, they're a company that sells a product, and if their consumers are unhappy with the product, the consumers should not buy the product. Hey, editing Drosne here. I want to say, I did mention that it was laziness. I don't think it actually is laziness. I think they are overworked and underpaid and given very tight deadlines to make these Pokemon games, and I feel like they're very passionate developers behind the Pokemon games. They're just not given the resources or time to do what they actually want to do and make the games look how they want to look, probably, or polish them to the degree that they want to polish. So I just wanted to mention that so that my argument's a little bit more clear and correct. Now, if you enjoyed watching this video until the end, until here, consider subscribing because it really helps the channel. And if you really want to help even more, watch another video. They're up here on the side. You can click on my little icon here on this side, and then, you know, you can subscribe, or you can click on one of these two boxes here. One is a video that you probably really like, and one is a playlist of videos. If you click on that playlist, oh my goodness, just leave it running, you know? Watch a video, another video, and another video. It's called binge viewing, baby, and that will really help me and the algorithm find my audience and find my people and find the Pokemon fans that agree with me that the games are dying. And I honestly feel that they've been dead for a little while now, especially every single Switch entry, except maybe Let's Go. But that one still feels scummy to me. Anyways, thank you all for joining me, and yeah, don't buy Pokemon. Don't do it. Boycott them.